Hey everyone, Xtrendence here, and today I'm giving my review of Uncharted 4, the last game in the franchise that many PlayStation users have come to love. I first started playing Uncharted when I was 11, so about 5 years ago, and I loved it then and I love it now. The second game was what really got me interested though. I love that game to bits. In fact, it's my favorite game of all time right after Assassin's Creed 2 and Bloodborne. But I feel like these games can't be compared to each other because all of them are completely different from one another. Uncharted is more of an adventure action type. Assassin's Creed is kind of similar, but it's in a very different time era and it's exclusively stealth. And Bloodborne is completely different. It's more in the style of Dark Souls, and there's more bosses, and it's an RPG game. I mean, all of them are, but it's completely different. And Uncharted 3 in the series wasn't that appealing to me personally, but it was still an amazing game and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now let's talk about Uncharted 4. From the very start of the game, I knew it was one of those games that I'd love. It had an element that I absolutely love in games. It's what made me love Assassin's Creed, and that element is the lack of a total chronological gameplay. Like, it has flashbacks and it has glimpses of the future in it. And we can see this in the Assassin's Creed series when we switch between the modern day and when we enter the Animus to go back to the old time periods of our ancestors and see their memories. And we see this in Uncharted 4 at the very beginning, which basically shows us a glimpse of the period of time between chapter 12 and 13, which are at sea and marooned. And it then shows Nathan Drake as a kid and later shows him all grown up. In fact, this element was also present in Uncharted 3. Now, when he's all grown up, he's fighting inmates at a prison, and we have no idea why he's in that prison, and that's what's good about the game. You have to solve some stuff out, you have to wait out the level until you actually understand what was going on or why we're even there. And this switch is done so seamlessly, and the transition is perfect, and the change of pace is also perfect because it's sort of a relief, a distraction from all the action. And after playing it some more, I was infatuated with the amazing scenery, and I use the word infatuated because I basically finished the game in roughly 2 days, so it was an experience that was short-lived, and that's not to say the game is short. In fact, it's got like 23 chapters and it's pretty long. But I just know life the shit out of this game. But it means that not a lot of other games come close to the scenery that Naughty Dog sets in their games, be it The Last of Us or Uncharted. And I have a tendency to finish story games and do it very, very fastly, very quickly. Just like stay up till 5 a.m. playing it. And another aspect I love in the Uncharted series is the humor. Nathan's awesome and sarcastic humor is just too good. And in fact, in the multiplayer, you literally have taunts where the guy is like spanking his own ass. Like, there's that element of comedy in there and I love it. It's one of the reasons I love Marvel superhero movies so much. Anyways, the whole idea of adventure in the game is truly inspiring. And this last chapter in the franchise focuses a lot more on aspects of life, relationships, and generally realistic things, as opposed to just being action and shooting, which makes it kind of a unique game and a lot more interesting and just emotionally stimulating, if you might say. And there are also very clever but rather easy puzzles in the game that really made me appreciate the way in which the developers have laid out their changes of pace in the game, going from the action to solving a puzzle, which isn't that hard, but it brings some mental thought into it. Like, you know how some games you're just, at some point, kind of like COD, at some point when you're playing it, you're just on autopilot. You're not even paying attention to the game, you're just looking at whatever's there and shooting at it. Now, the games of Uncharted are basically both emotionally, mentally, and just in every way stimulating. The graphics were absolutely stunning, the story was interesting and well done, the ending was the absolute highlight of it all, And it's such a hard job to end a series or movie or game as amazing as this one, and they did an absolutely incredible job with the ending. And they indeed did invoke emotions of feeling empty, as said by the game itself in the final chapter. In fact, I'm going to play a clip right now of when Nathan says that to Sam after they finish their adventure.
But if you feel like you're imposing, you're not. We talked about it.
It's not about that. It's a little bit of that, okay?
Yeah.
But I just kind of thought that after we found Avery's treasure, I'd be satisfied. Instead, I've kind of left with this strange feeling of
Emptiness.
yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, as thrilling as the next adventure might be, in the end, I always left with that same feeling. And sometimes you just gotta choose what you're going to keep and what you're gonna let go.
When the game ended, I literally started clapping like a retard by myself in my room. I couldn't help it. I was amazed by how good it was. If I had to rate this game, which I don't, but I would love to, and I'd give it a 10 out of 10. It has 0 flaws in my opinion. There was not a single point in the game where I felt annoyed or anything close to that. I didn't encounter a single glitch, and the only thing that annoyed me the tiniest bit was Nathan's jumps. Like, you would point your analog stick in one direction and he would just jump in a completely different one and fall off a cliff. That was the only thing that annoyed me even the tiniest bit. But it only happened like, I don't know, twice, so it didn't really bother me. And even the multiplayer is perfect. Like, it's so much fun. And I love third-person shooters when it comes to multiplayer. In fact, it's one of the reasons I love GTA. And the actual multiplayer is actually kind of similar to death matches in GTA. Anyways, this isn't really about the multiplayer, it's more about the story and campaign, so I'd have to give it a 10 out of 10. It's absolutely stunning. Anyways, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.